guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Roshan Bros News. I am your host, Kia, not Keith. I am here today with my two lovely co-hosts. In this corner, the Mexcellence. It's Eli.
That's racist.
You should probably be more offended, but I'm still pretty offended.
And we have Gil.
Kim's a racist dick.
Oh no, don't say that. The internet will forever have that in the archives of the world.
You got pissy.
I'm sure that's not anywhere.
Yeah.
You got pissy because I said cracker once. I'm pretty sure this is worse.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Who knows?
And they will never get to hear any of that because you deleted it.
I'm sorry, Gil.
I don't remember that.
You weren't here. It was me, Zach, and him, and he got pissy because I made a white voice.
Yeah,
Called him a cracker.
I was like, oh, I don't know if we should say this one. I don't want, like, conservatives to be attacking me.
Because that is exactly who listens to us,
I'll stick 'em on you.
conservatives.
Yeah, secret underground conservatives trying to blend in.
People who think we think we know what whitewashing is. Yeah. That's still one of my favorite comments of all time.
By the way, I'm pretty sure John and I made this joke plenty when we were watching Altered Carbon. They whitewashed our Asian.
Yeah. That's still a solid show. So, what have you... Oh, yeah, Eli's actually live here, so, like, yeah, that's a rare occurrence.
Fuck you.
Lately. Like, no.
Done it from home a total of twice, I think.
Yeah. So, what have you been watching lately, Eli? Anything fun?
Oh, God. I'm trying to remember. I watched The Outlaw King. That's a Netflix movie. Is it okay? I don't know.
Is that the one with Kirk in it? Chris Pine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was bad or good about it?
It was just an okay film. Like, there was nothing particularly great about it, mostly. Is it just...
Chris Pine in the MCU?
No.
That's the next Chris that they're going to get.
No, Chris Pine was Steve Trevor from Wonder Woman.
Oh.
They're going to throw him in the MCU, though.
Oh.
They've had actors on both sides.
Yeah. Did you know that there's an actor who was in both the Captain Marvel movies? Yeah. Hermione Duzian or something?
Next time, just, like, put up text on the video. That way they don't end up hearing your garbage mispronunciation.
Yeah, he's going to be... Well, he was the guy... The only movie I know him from was from Never Back Down. He played the fucking MMA teacher to the kid who got his ass kicked. And I'm like... He's like, remember, breathe. And, like, he's playing both the Wizard Shazam and he's also playing a Kree warrior. So he's in both Captain Marvel movies in prominent roles. As trainers to the Captain Marvels. Isn't that fucking weird?
That is pretty weird.
That's really funny to me, though. Like, I think that's very enjoyable. Besides Outlaw King, what else have you been watching?
I'm sure there's other stuff. I do not remember it, so it must not
So,
be very
like, okay,
good.
can I get your honest opinion on the Bandersnatch?
I watched Birdbox.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Eli, you are the only one of us in the group that has watched Birdbox. How was Birdbox?
It was okay.
It was okay.
It definitely did not live up to the massive glowing reviews I'd heard about it. Also, my roommates thought it was pretty good. But
so that means
it
you
was
hated
a movie.
it. Like, I feel
No, I
like
didn't hate it. It was a movie.
Was it boring?
There was a long part where it was boring.
Because literally, I've had people tell me Birdbox is a good movie, and then other people are like, it's nothing that good.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'd call it solid, like 6, maybe even a 7.
Okay.
I don't know if you actually have this in the news later on, but there is a Birdbox challenge, and they...
Yeah, don't fucking ruin it, Gil. Oh, no, you're fine. We might as well just bring it up because it's still weird. Yeah, Netflix had to, like, fucking tweet out to...
Yeah, don't do this challenge. And it was basically just people doing mundane stuff.
Blindfolded?
Anything. Yeah, blindfolded.
So someone decided to put, like, sit on a tricycle blindfolded down the stairs. Because, you know, that's what you fucking do, I guess. Like...
Birdbox challenge!
Oh, my God. So that's a thing. I've been, like, looking at weird Birdbox memes because, like... That's like what my Facebook and Twitter is just filled with right now.
I just find it hilarious that people keep photoshopping the image of Sandra Bullock.
Onto
with the
everything,
blindfold,
yeah.
And posting a tweet that says, "Stop sending me this stuff."
Shit, yeah, like my favorite one is still Kenshin from Mortal Kombat 11. And it has Sandra Bullock's face because she's the blindfolded samurai. She's like, stop sending me this shit. And then there's also been a lot of, apparently, this is also just weird news. There's been a lot of porn searches of Birdbox, so people have been like, a lot of blindfold porn has been coming out of this. Yeah, I don't know. The fucking internet's weird, okay? There was not a lot of stories to bring up in the news.
What the fuck?
So I was just grabbing from like the weird the John D. Netherrealm.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, you didn't even have to say that. You could be like, this is one from our overlord, John Dean.
Porn enthusiast John Dean
Requested
telling
it.
me.
Back from the grave.
Yeah, telling me.
Sending us signals through this great beyond.
But like, yeah, no, there's just some weird ass shit that goes on, and I just don't know
Fucking
why.
yes.
I don't know, man. Birdbox. It's a good movie, I guess. Watch Birdbox.
You know
it's
what's better though?
It's like a quiet place.
Megalobox. I've never seen it.
No, I was gonna say it's
I don't know what that
okay.
is.
It was. You know what's weird? That made it on my top 10 anime list, and the more I think about it, I was just like, it was number 8. It was number 8, so like it wasn't that high. And there was just a lot of anime that I just found lackluster this year, and like my friend Kelly put The Darling in the Franxx in his top 10, and like I kind of gave him shit about it. Because I don't think that's as good as an anime as everyone thinks it is. I think people just like fetishize 2B right away, and that's why she ended up like making it into everyone's top 10 waifu list of this year too.
I'm pretty sure that was near Automata.
Not 2B. 01.
I never watched the show.
I don't know. It's the fucking pink-haired Oni girl. Okay.
I know what you're talking about, but I never saw it.
Yeah, no, because like Kelly and I had this conversation about Megalobox and like how I think that like I don't like how people are describing it as Cowboy Bebop-esque. It's more like Samurai Champloo in a post-apocalyptic boxing future. And it's actually a homage to the Hikari no Joe series, which is a boxing series of the late 60s that is also of the big boxing anime in Japan. Eli, what about you, Gil? What have you been up to?
Really quick, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Have either of you watched Sirius Jaeger? Sirius spelled like
The
name.
fucking like werewolf vampire hunting
Yeah, I don't know.
thing?
I just saw it. Is it any good?
I've not seen it. I kind of want to see it.
Intrigued me. Yeah.
It does intrigue me.
Alright.
But it was so late on those just winter list that like it didn't make it on any of my anime talk.
That's fair.
On any of the anime talks I do with people, which is kind of sad because like Baki made it, and then like Baki is like my number 1, like all of it, because I watched like the non ones that are on Netflix yet, and I just it's so good. And then I rewatched old Baki. Gil, and do you know what happened in old Baki?
Bok Choy.
No. Baki fights
A bear?
an ape.
Oh.
A great giant ape called the Yosharu. Because
The Ozaru.
the Yosharu, because his dad, Yojiro Hanma, killed everyone else, including that ape's wife. And so that ape is after revenge, so he attacks Baki and anyone who else he smells the sniff of Yojiro in. In the first episode, Baki fights 100 gang members, but only knocks out 52 and then proceeds to get beat up by the last 48, and then runs home crying because he should have taken down 60. Baki then fights a world-class boxer, gets punched in the face and knocks out. And everyone's like, wow, you went toe-to-toe with the boxer. And he again runs home crying because he should be stronger. And then in episode 3, hold on, let me explain this. Baki then jumps off a cliff to get the near-death experience, and then is able to go toe-to-toe with that ape I was talking to you about. While at the same time, Baki is only 13. But his mom has hired a 15-year-old Yakuza leader who is like a good 6 foot tall, muscular as shit, and has like samurai scar tattoos because like the Yakuza cut him up with swords and shit, to fight Baki to make him stronger. Yeah, that's the first season of Baki. The second season of Baki is just a kung fu tournament with just weird shit.
Oh yeah, because that wasn't weird shit.
No. So no.
Less weird.
No. Even more weirder. Cause that ape who Baki beat
It comes back.
No, his son comes back for revenge.
There it is.
And is beaten by karate. This is real. Is beaten by karate. And then that karate is then beaten by sumo.
Alright.
That is.
Goddamn.
It's amazing. Eli, you need to watch it.
I feel like Eli would
I have
be better
considered watching the one on Netflix.
You should. It's so fucking weird, Eli. I feel like you could just talk shit about it, but be so interested in it
That's fair.
that you would enjoy it just because how fucking bizarre it is.
Alright, I'll look into it.
Like I told you last week, 5 inmates swim to Japan. Just free swim, just to the Japan. But Eli, what have you? Not Eli, but Gil, what have you been watching?
Oh, nothing.
You and John haven't been sitting down watching some new shows or just rewatching anything?
All we've been doing is Game Grumps. Lots and lots of Game Grumps.
I mean, you can talk about that, like.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most of our viewer base knows Game Grumps better than I do.
For a
Yeah,
week
probably.
straight, Game Grumps. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't
2
go
or
into
3
work.
days. 2 or 3 days.
You know, Game Grumps is the only channel that like does like freeform stuff that I can like enjoy. I guess
They threw
freeform-
axes.
What?
They went to throw axes.
Yeah, see, they do some weird shit. Like, if like I wasn't so like camera shy with this kind of stuff, I'd have us like do weird shit like that. But like, we don't have shit to throw axes at and stuff.
There's a tree outside.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just fucking throw axes at that tree. I don't want the cops called on us, but.
Hey, they don't know that tree might have pulled a knife on us. Maybe that tree deserved it. Maybe that
You're
tree was...
gonna just like fucking like take
Maybe
the
that-
knife on that tree
Yes.
and be like, that tree pulled a knife on me, man. Look at that.
It's street rules, guys. He pulled a knife on me. I had an axe. What do you think I was gonna do?
Have you ever gone axe throwing? Okay, so there was a place in Texas that had axe throwing, and so like if you did like a tournament, you couldn't have your alcohol once you got to the axe throwing part of the bar. And I'm just like, boo, but I like understood. So,
Yeah, because they don't want drunks
Yeah.
with an axe.
I could see the.
well, because they were like, I just got my whiskey and coke, and my cousin's like, yeah, man, we can't have that in there. I'm like, god damn, that's like a good like $10 because it's expensive at this bar.
Just
So,
down
like,
it.
I downed it, and I was like, ooh, I'm feeling this. And so, like, we were doing it, and so, like, my cousin and I tied, and they're like, oh, you guys tied, guess you gotta do a tiebreaker. I'm like, what, do we gotta, like, throw 3 axes? They're like, nope. They bring out, like, a fireman's axe,
Oh yeah.
and you have to, like, fucking throw it, and it's just, like, the most awkward thing ever, because, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna fucking cut my head, or I'm gonna, like, fucking mess up, and it's gonna, like, fucking hit me, and, like, I'm gonna get emboweled.
Disemboweled.
Oh, it's so just like, man, those bars are so. Finding weird shit like that in big cities is gonna be awesome when I go to Vegas. Cause like I told Brittany, she's like,
You're going to Vegas. That in itself is just crazy.
well, Brittany's like, so what do you want to do in Vegas? You want to go to bars or stuff? Like, no, I want to go to the M&M museum just so I can get like Kean is awesome on an M&M because you could do that.
I mean, you can order one online. that
I
says
know,
that.
but I want that like legitimately there. So then when I bring it to her family grill out, I'm like, hey, I brought candy, and just like pour it into there and just hand it to them.
That's being very bold of you.
Yeah,
to
this is being,
assume that
I'm
they all
pulling a
can-
power play right now. No, and then what we were gonna do is we were just
Eating the shit. Throw it on the ground.
we're gonna go to we're gonna go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum.
Oh, that's in Vegas.
Yeah, there's one in Vegas.
There's one.
Solid.
So I want to go see that, and because
They
it's
should
just
bring that show back.
they are. That's actually in the news.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just go to the news and let's go to our trailers. And the first trailer is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
That was a thing.
Yeah, it's about a Japanese girl who has pancreatitis. Or like a
I
bad...
just said pancreas disease.
Yeah.
Or pancreatic.
And she's dying, and so this guy and her fall in love, and it's like a slice of life sad story. And like
Because
other...
you know that in the end she's gonna die.
Yeah, and then other...
friend or sister was like beating the shit out of him or something.
Everybody was beating
Then some
him.
guy punched him in the fucking face. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Romance, Eli.
Yeah, like, he's
Romance.
trying to be nice. He's kept getting his ass kicked by different people.
But everyone, they're like, are you ready for this? He's like, obviously I'm fucking not if I'm getting like punched by people.
People
here's
keep
a
breaking parts of my face. It's hard to look
There's
ready.
a cat. I'll shield it from the rain with this umbrella. Someone just comes running up to
He
him
just
and
kicks
him.
him like, he's like, what are you doing? Like,
How
yeah.
dare you do that to this
This is-
cat?
Okay, so like again, we just had this weird week of news where there was like not enough to like talk mad shit about or talk about goodly,
Bigly.
bigly, because like
Goodly.
I thought I could be doing my my W-2s came in. I was like I could do my taxes and realized I can't do my taxes. Thanks government. But like, so you know, I've just been like watching weird shit like. Yeah, YouTube has some weird, awesome Yeah, that's right. I've been watching some weird YouTube documentaries too, real quick. I watched Flat Earth: A Measured Response by H. Bomber Guy. It's a really interesting one. And then I watched something about the Mandela Effect. Again, a very interesting documentary.
Is it spelled Toons or Tunes?
See? Yeah.
It's Tunes.
Did you know that we've been calling
Looney Tunes.
Did you know? Yeah. People used to think that it was, yeah.
Toons.
Yeah.
It's Tunes.
Because it was because of the melody.
Merry Melodies.
Merry Melodies, yeah. So, like, did you know that they're actually called the Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstein Bears? But everyone has put it in their subconscious as the Berenstein Bears.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The fucking awesome bears that taught us life lessons to small children, Eli.
That didn't happen.
Did you also know that...
Clearly that's why I'm so jaded.
Yeah, but like no, then someone put it in perspective, and I don't believe it, but I found it interesting that they put it in perspective that it's like alternate realities moving into, like, accidentally, like, shifting into ours, so that's why we think differently for those things. Like, I don't believe that, but I find that shit to be, like, interesting.
That's just a theory people have.
And I personally, I don't believe it, but, like,
people thought Mandela was dead years before he actually died.
yeah,
so
because, like, that's why it's called the Mandela Effect, because people thought he was dead in the 80s, but he got released from jail in 1991 and then died in 2013.
Yeah.
And then had Morgan Freeman and Idris Elba play him in movies. Yeah.
Why not have Idris Elba play him and Morgan Freeman voice him?
That'd be weird. But, like, yeah, no. And so, speaking of weird shit, the only reason I'm bringing up the weird shit I watch, because, like, you know, I like watching stuff about Flat Earth because it's funny to me. Because,
You're alienating
Kian's
our audience.
low-key a flat earther.
yeah, I very much am. Because, like, I've been re-listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. I do not find...
Boy.
Have you listened to some of that shit?
Bits and pieces.
Do you
I want to listen to more, but it's becoming such a daunting task, with how much he puts out.
And like the people he has on, like I can listen, like I don't know. I always listen to the people that I don't like because I want to know what it's like in their mind. Like I listened to the entire Ben Shapiro fucking Joe Rogan podcast, and I'm just like, I still don't like you, but I find you so fucking interesting. And then
Why can't I quit you?
And the Alex Jones fucking podcast was so bizarre.
I'd recommend that one to anyone. I haven't seen all of it.
But you saw the one when he started talking about why NASA's fake, and like
I know most of it.
My friends, I had friends who were like, yeah, fuck NASA. I'm like, oh my god.
Let's not. They're the ones that are actually protecting us in space.
We're already fucking NASA. They don't have any money.
Yeah, but no. And so I was catching up with them because fucking Kanye West is going to be on one.
Ooh.
And I am so fucking excited. That is the only one where I was thinking about, just signing up for the free trial so I could just watch that one live and then, not subscribe anymore. Because that is such an interesting guy. Kanye has become such an interesting guy to me. I don't know. But the next trailer is The Drone. And what the fuck is that?
There was a lot of weird shit now that you keep saying that, and then I was like, I don't know about that. And then, want to eat your pancreas. The Drone.
What is Zombiever, Eli? Can you explain to me the premise of Zombiever?
I mean, it's a... what the fuck word? It's a horror movie that's meant to be funny. I can't think.
Is it
Parody?
satire?
Yeah, I don't know. Point is that the fucking beavers are killing I don't remember, toxic waste gets dumped in some shit, and then the beavers are basically zombies. They just run around, kill the fucking campers at whatever log cabin. I'm not gonna say the most funny movie, but it has its moments.
That's good.
And that's why when I saw this and it was like, people who made Zombievers, I was like, this is supposed to be fucking retarded. I get it now.
Because
Because at first I thought it was a real movie, and then I was like, this looks really, really dumb. And then that hit, and I was like, it's supposed to be really, really dumb.
So
I get it now.
You kind of just knew that was going to happen.
it's essentially a drone gains sentience and starts upgrading itself to pleasure women and kill people.
Yeah, it gave, like, cunnilingus to a lady.
Yep.
And then it's, like, eating technology and turning into a better drone.
And at one point it was in a rocking chair for some reason. Because that's what is truly horrifying.
We'll probably do
drone-
every trope in every horror movie that's ever existed, would be my guess.
Probably.
And it has the guy who plays the doctor from Fuller House as the main character.
Never seen it. Don't
I just...
Never seen Full House.
Same. High five.
I'll do that because it's quiet.
Full House is just a show. It's a show. It needs to not exist, but it's a show.
I mean,
A
I
lot
feel
of
the
people
same way
like
about
that.
Friends. But again, a lot
I have
of
seen
people like
Friends, yeah.
Oh my gosh, do you not... I mean, there's certain aspects of Friends that is interesting, but, like, it's so of its time that, like, I rewatch it now and I'm just like, no. It's like Will and Grace. Like, I liked it at the time, but now I'm just like, no.
Weren't they planning on reviving that
They
series?
did revive it.
See? And then you have that 70s show. Fucking timeless.
And then
I
they-
was just rewatching those episodes, and man, there are when Eric leaves for Africa and everyone else leaves is when it goes downhill.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
why it ended.
Yeah. Like, I was watching the
When
episode.
Ashton Kutcher got a career and
Yeah.
left, that's when it goes down.
Well, I'm just. Okay, so I was watching the episode where the first episode without Eric was kind of funny because Kitty's like tape recording like everything that's happened. So like the guy that was supposed to replace Eric got a different fucking TV show at the time.
Hmm.
So that's why they killed him off by having him fall off the waterfall and being paralyzed for the rest of the series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so they had Seth Meyers' younger brother play both the Kelso and Eric role because he's like Donna's new love interest, but he's the new handsome guy. And Hyde marries a stripper, but then Hyde loses the record store. It just goes weird. And then Fez and Jackie end up together. But my favorite scene of that is Kitty gets high and like she's like, in sickness or in health, not when you're doing drugs like some hippie, Kitty. And all she does is just laugh and like Hyde looks at her, he's like, oh, you're in big head mode right now. Yeah, I get it. And like Red looks at him, he's like, but that's not good. It's good. And I'm just like, yeah, this show was something.
And then they tried to give it a sequel with that 80s show.
It was actually not a sequel, it was just a spin-off.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Had nothing to do with the other show.
Alright, back to what the fuck we were talking about.
The drone.
Yeah.
I think we summarized everything we could about it.
Yeah, because then we're going to go into Brawler. And again, weird fucking trailers this week.
I don't know, this one was at least
So this
a
is
regular thing.
This is basically the real guy who was based off the Rocky Balboa series. Obviously, they changed everything from names and stuff. So, like, he tried to sue Sylvester Stallone and the people. But because of the fact that, like, they changed names and places, he didn't have a reasonable case.
That's kind of dumb.
But he was still famous because he's like, I'm the Rocky guy. And they're like, yeah. And, like, obviously you saw him. He basically just kind of destroyed his life.
Mm-hmm.
And
As all famous people.
And he had a bitchin' mustache.
Wouldn't go that far. He had a mustache.
And for some reason they keep showing the iconic kidney shot he gave Muhammad Ali, and then Muhammad Ali still wrecked the shit out of him. Gosh, I love boxing. Such a good sport. I feel like it's such a solid sport.
Best part of that sport was when Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
It's definitely the most iconic scene
I'm pretty
in the boxing
positive
anime.
Mike Tyson is finally suffering from punch drunk syndrome, though. Like, I feel like you could start to see it once he got a face tattoo, but he was not all there up in the head.
Yeah, what the fuck was
he's
that,
got
like
his
a
own
decade
TV
ago?
show.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
You know what I mean, though. He got the face tattoo before he bit Evander Holyfield, though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He had that face, like, he started doing weird-ass shit. Like, just...
Might have just been
Or
the
he was
drugs.
channeling his inner tribalness and just decided to go cannibal.
Yeah. Probably. That probably had, like, some spirit energy of his ancestors, and he's like...
Bite his ear. But why? Just do it.
For the
Okay.
ancestors!
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
no.
his fucking hero.
Did you... Okay, so you guys don't watch boxing, but, like... Okay, anyone who listens to sports ball and stuff or likes fighting, the Floyd Mayweather... Every time Floyd Mayweather fucking wants to fight people that aren't boxers, he always says, but we can only box, and they still agree. They're dumb.
That is pretty dumb.
That just...
They make so much money.
But you know what I mean.
That's like Michael
If
Phelps
Floyd
challenging
Mayweather
Usain.
was like, Eli, you want to box me and you'll make fucking $100,000 even, which is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what these
they
people are
make,
making.
for these...
I'd be like, you're fucking right. I'll let Floyd Mayweather kick my ass.
I'm just saying, because I just recently was watching, like, the famous, like, world heavyweight Japanese kickboxer just get his ass whooped by Mayweather. I was just like, good God.
It's
Yeah.
essentially like Michael Phelps saying, "Hey Usain Bolt, you want to have a race? But we can only swim."
I don't know. I feel like Usain Bolt could give him, like, a run for the money just a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, because he's not a trained swimmer.
No, he's not a trained swimmer,
Yeah,
but I
so
feel like he's
he
got-
wouldn't be able to distribute that
Yeah.
energy through the long run.
Yeah. God, see, that's the thing. I fucking, like, I knew the McGregor one was going to be dumb just because, like, it was just literally a cash out, so, like, it was fucking rigged anyways. And then they're like, we'll have a rematch in the octagon. And Mayweather's like, all right, if we have a rematch in the octagon, no grapples, no locks, none of that. I'm like,
Just boxing.
He went
But
to
not
your
quite.
ring and did it your way. If you go to his ring, do it his way.
Well, see, but in reality, this is just Floyd Mayweather going, I spent all my money already. I need to fight someone else.
but I can only box with them.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, I see that you're doing those nationwide commercials. Do you
So-
want to box with me?
You're famous in...
So it's like the Paul KSI situation.
Oh, God, that one was just fucking
That
dumb.
happened last year.
Yeah, now it is technically last
Yeah.
year. And, like, it started in the beginning of the year. KSI, like, God, it was not even a
in the
match.
past.
Dude, that was not even a match. Sorry, I fucking...
It's a draw!
Well, it wasn't even a match. They were wearing fucking, like, sparring gear. Like, legit sparring gear. Like, they had... Like, it's just so dumb.
Alright.
Fucking...
I'll fight anyone for money.
Fucking KSI. And then, like, the only time I watched PewDiePie is when this Logan Paul KSI thing was going on. Because, like, KSI originally came off as, like, yeah, look, KSI is gonna fuck up this guy who went to the Suicide Force and filmed a dead guy. And then KSI was just a piece of shit about everything. And then their brothers started to get into it. And it's, oh, man.
What a slippery slope.
That's
Anyway,
That's really where the cash grab was. It's like, now our brothers are gonna fight.
Now I want Sean Dawson to
It's
fight
like, no one
KSI.
cares about your brothers.
I want Shane Dawson to fight KSI next.
All right, back to
They'll probably just have a
back to things that
Hold
matter.
on, discussion.
People actually give a fuck about.
The Arctic.
Never mind.
A guy's carrying a corpse around.
It's another man versus survival story. I mean, like, I guess if they make it good, you can't. It's really hard to do. Like, it's really hard to
Yeah.
promote a man versus survival story, because like it can either be like an internal struggle within themselves,
I'm thinking that's what it has to be.
While facing external things, or it's just
Like that guy who broke his own arm and then cut it off with a really dull knife.
123 hours. God, that movie was so weird.
Or a man versus a force outside of himself. Like when Liam Neeson punched a wolf.
I mean, that in itself was a combination.
Looks like this man's gonna punch a polar bear.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to get all weirdly philosophical, but like I did a college report on the Gray when I was in school.
Nerd.
Well, it is like Liam
You
Neeson.
went to college.
Fuck off. Yeah. Great doesn't help me and got me this awesome podcast. Okay. College got me podcasts. Sorry.
I mean, a microphone and an internet connection could do that for most people.
Oh, exactly. But, like, no, so, like, the Gray is a combination of man versus nature and man versus self. Because as the people go through that, they die, but they all also deal with their griefs and fears that they have before they die about their life. So it's a very interesting story. So if it does something like that,
That's
where it's
weak.
an internal and external struggle at the same time, I don't know. I don't like just pure man versus nature stories because I find them just to be boring because it's just a guy fucking walking around and being like, oh no, there's wolves. Oh no, there's a cliff.
Oh no, my existential dread. How enlightening and so philosophically deep.
Well, yeah, I feel
Did
like
I leave
weird
the
movies
oven
to
on?
boring movies.
Well, I feel like that existential thought is actually interesting though, putting it into it because it kind of like the danger.
We live, we die. It's a thing that happens.
Well, yeah, like the danger out there is also the danger in their mind. Also combines in this like will they, won't they kind of thing. I don't know. I really like The Gray, so if this movie is halfway as good as The Gray, go for it. I love it.
Punches a polar bear by wrapping his arm in tape, pouring alcohol on it, and lighting it on fire. It's more epic than that glass.
Oh, dude, so that was a fucking dope ass scene.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying this is a next step up. He lights his arm on fire.
I don't want to be weird, but there's a scene in Baki where they're about to fight. No. It just reminds me of The
We gotta
Gray.
keep going.
So he puts his hand in grease and then throws glass bottles on the ground and starts like putting all the glass on his hands. And the guy's like, what are you doing? He's like, we're about to fight. He's like, not like that. He's like, oh yeah, like that. Your move.
That's horribly stupid.
Oh my god, it's so bad, but it's so fucking funny. If Jay didn't bring the Xbox with him, I would go on to Netflix and show you Baki after we were done. Oh, but then we go to Happy Death Day You, which is also so dumb.
That's the thing that's happening. They
Yeah.
made a sequel to that movie that they kind of just closed off.
Yeah, it makes no... There's a new killer, I guess. And...
There's a new killer, and now other people can maybe time jump too, but we don't really know.
I
But
think they
maybe
can,
it'll be.
feel it, I guess? Maybe?
I didn't know what was going on.
So, okay, the original Happy Death Day was a good, funny horror movie and not a good horror movie.
Okay.
Put air quotes on all of that.
So
That's
was it
his
supposed to
opinion.
be funny though?
No. I think it was supposed to make fun of itself.
Alright.
I feel like a lot of it was just like, see this. Like, I think that's why I didn't hate it as much as like Slender Man or The Bye Bye Man or Wish Upon. It's because that movie didn't take itself seriously. I feel like this movie doesn't take itself seriously either, but it doesn't take like time travel rules seriously either. So
I mean, they set up a premise where I'm pretty hard, and it's not gonna be that easy to follow up in the sequel. Where every time she does this, she does maintain the physical damage internally. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna die in this one.
all the time.
No, like they took a moment and be like, if you keep doing this, you're probably gonna die. You got injuries from like a war vet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it looks dumb. So let's go into Carmen Sandiego.
Oh wait, you're saying it looks kind of dumb?
I don't think I'm one of those people where there's certain movies that don't need a sequel, and I will fucking argue that it doesn't need a sequel.
I mean, it didn't need the first one.
Oh, I like the first one though. Fuck off! I said I like that one. Leave it alone. It's good.
Yeah, that's a matter of opinion.
That's okay. Your opinion's wrong. I'm kidding.
That's also a matter of opinion.
Your opinions are valid, Gil. I respect them.
You say that now.
I do. I respect your opinions.
Moving on
Gil.
to Carmen Sandiego. Jesus.
Carmen Sandiego does look very interesting to key in. That's just me personally, though.
I just find it hilarious that somebody thought it'd be a brilliant idea to call it a school for thieves and not wonder why the local
Vile,
kids.
the school for thieves, or academy for thieves. That's what it was.
Then everybody shows up, and then the first day there's police everywhere.
Now you have to escape with
You
your
didn't-
diploma.
Why name your school of thievery vile? Why don't you name it like something positive so people don't like automatically think?
But you didn't teach us anything. This is your lesson. Whoa!
Yep. I don't know. It intrigues me. It's something different. Something I never thought would be a fucking movie. So.
It's a show, yeah. It's a weird show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Shows, movies, it's all the same.
Is she gonna have a teenage sidekick? Because that's what it looked like. Either that or he's a teenage
Is
villain.
he trying to find her on the computer?
Yeah, see,
That's what I thought it
see, that's the
was.
thing. Fucking originally, those kids were like trying to find Carmen Sandiego. Now they're like, no.
We've got a crack team of kids trying to find her on computers. It's like,
I just-
okay. Again, I'm intrigued.
We'll see where
I'm
it
not
goes.
saying it'll be good. I'm just.
I know that by the end of the month, and by the time that show premieres, there will be a lot of porn of that character.
Oh no.
There will be a resurgence. You have that to look forward to.
No. We don't need that. She's an innocent character.
So is every other character.
I
pretty much.
know. God, I just fucking can't get the internet some days.
Alright.
Then we go into The Punisher Season 2, and this is kind of just like them monologuing about how torn and broken they are.
He's not the one that dies.
Well, no, it's not even.
He's the one that does the killing.
It's other people that are monologuing, and then he's just like, I really, really, really like to kill people.
He
And
is
other
the
people
one
like,
that-
I'm so broken. He's like, I really like killing.
Did you hear?
I don't know what's going on in my head. And he's like, in my head, I'm killing people. It's just like, oh, okay.
Did you hear that
Calm
like
down
John
over there.
Barenthal told like the alt-right who uses this Punisher symbol on their like flags and jackets and shit that they can go fuck off?
Good.
Solid.
Yeah. He's like, I respect like he's like I don't understand why police officers have the Punisher symbol because like the Punisher is a legit vigilante, but like, you know, I respect the boys in blue, I respect the military people who have it on their spec out things. But he's like, those alt-right people who use my symbol as a form of aggression can just fuck right off. I'm like, well,
I mean, that's the whole deal with the Punisher. He's just a bottle of aggression that
Yeah.
somebody opened up.
well, I
Yeah.
know, but like at the same time, like,
I get that he's a bottle of aggression with a purpose.
yeah, these guys, I feel like, okay, so like, the Punisher was made, the Punisher's fan base is Eli and then just a bunch of like aggressively regressed men. If you like ever notice the people who actually really like the Punisher,
You saying I'm not aggressively regressed?
I feel like you're
I mean, that was everybody in that room except for me and Zach.
Oh, hold
like,
up. Doesn't-
not that long ago.
Yeah, doesn't,
Jay, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan likes the Punisher.
No, like the people who are like big fans of like the comic books and shit.
Oh, well, that doesn't include me anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, I know some.
But you know what I mean? The people who were like, man, I like the Punisher because he just speaks to me because I'm this young youth that's angry and aggressive about everything. And I'm just like,
I just like the anti-heroes who kill people.
yeah.
Because they're not like, I can't kill people, that'd be wrong. And it's like,
I'm
you're
like-
killing way more people by not killing him.
Yeah. Yeah. But like
That's wicked.
that's what I mean.
I mean, I
though.
feel at that point it's the legal system.
Fuck, doesn't the Punisher kill more or less alt-right people?
Yeah! He fucking murdered Nazis.
That's it.
And so like I just, well, the alt-right is just a bizarre character.
And bikers.
Yeah. The alt-right just takes a lot of weird symbols that like I kind of enjoyed and just kind of ruins them.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah. How's
Jesus
that necklace treating
Christ.
you, you fucking racist?
I know.
That's the thing. God, I love the alt-right. Now, then we go to some movie news.
Gosh, you shouldn't have said that. Now somebody's just gonna voice clip that.
Shit.
And now we're gonna be seen as the alt-right podcast.
Yes, keep listening to us. I'll spread more fake conspiracy theories.
Please don't.
Jesus.
What's up?
The Earth isn't round; it's actually cubical. So it's flat. times 3.
3.
Just get on it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
To the third dimension.
Yeah, so it'd
Third
be,
power.
Sorry,
I
root
guess.
3
Yeah.
That's even worse. Just say to the third power.
to the third power.
I thought he was just saying it had 3
Well, if
sides.
it's
I was very
cubical, it wouldn't
confused.
be. It'd be
It'd
like
be
to
to the third power.
Wouldn't it be to the 6th power?
No.
Because there's 4
Square
sides.
inches.
Oh
Square.
shit! Yeah.
Cubed inches. 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
3
You're right.
dimensions, bitch.
Sorry, I'm fucking sorry.
He's discovered another 3 dimensions, though.
Apparently.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the 4th, but Key and my man here.
I'm living in the future, Gil.
6th dimensional
It's
level
2019. I'm wearing my fucking Akira jacket and my Blade Runner clothes,
Cloak. Oh, no, trench coat.
trench coat,
Yeah,
Riding your Akira motorcycle.
with
Alright.
with my Running Man TV show playing in the background.
And your self-tying shoes.
Yeah, and my hoverboard on my back that doesn't really hover. And Jaws 15 is out.
I'm still really regretting that anyone decided that would be an appropriate name for that machine.
Hoverboard?
Yeah.
The Segway with no handlebars?
Eh.
Eh.
It sells. Alright.
Warner Brothers has had its biggest year ever at the worldwide box office, thanks to movies like Aquaman, The Meg, and The Star is Born. Good job, Warner Brothers.
Fuck's The Star is Born.
It's the Lady Gaga movie where she's a singer.
It was originally a musical, and then it got adapted into a movie with Barbara Streisand, and then it got adapted. But it made a lot of money. It did not make Bohemian Rhapsody money, but it made a lot of money.
Bohemian Rhapsody was very
A
good.
lot of people.
Well, I'm
like,
happy they're doing good because I want Disney.
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 That's right, because they're businessy Disney.
Disney World.
Disney
Business
World.
Disney. I want them to do bad.
But then you wouldn't get Venom.
That's Sony.
That's right. Aquaman has blown the competition out of the water. Passing Venom, Thor Ragnarok, and Guardians of the Galaxy at the global box office.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
Really?
I've heard mediocre things.
It's a mediocre movie, but it's the best DC movie.
I've heard mixing on that. I know, obviously, for you it is because you don't like Wonder Woman.
Fucking hate
Some
Wonder
people say
Woman.
Wonder Woman is better.
Oh,
but
God,
pretty
they're
equal.
fucking wrong. Aquaman soundtrack doesn't make me angry. There's no.
Never mind that, I guess. I don't know.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah, you did.
This is bad scoring. Aquaman had some.
No, it wasn't bad scoring.
Everybody
It's just
loved
that you
it.
didn't like it.
A lot of people didn't like it, but more people liked it than didn't.
Yeah, no, I know there's like a good handful of people that didn't like it, so like I don't feel wrong in my opinion.
That's fair.
Aquaman star Patrick Wilson channels his villainous character Ocean Master in response to a man driving his Ferrari off the dock into the ocean. So the tweet was, "You'll never get this back, surface dweller." And I'm just like, that's fucking, just fucking people who like accept that shit is funny to me. So like, if I ever got like roles, I definitely would just be tweeting as that character from now on. Like, fucking Henry Cavill. Good guy Henry Cavill, after filming The Witcher, is sitting in his pool with a fork. And he's like, "Good job, Jason Momoa." I'm like, okay, that's fucking funny to me. Like, these guys just do weird shit to congratulate each other. It's nice to see people congratulate each other instead of being like, "You're a piece of shit, I fucking hate you."
Speaking of congratulations, don't know if you have this later on or not, but DC's having a thing for a week where they're honoring Stan Lee in their comics.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes,
well,
they
it's
are.
not going to be later anymore. So.
Yeah, no, they have these homages to Stan Lee, which is, again, awesome. I guess, like, Stan Lee did impact a lot of people, and I'm not going to say he didn't.
Do you just not like Stan Lee?
I was never a big fan of Stan Lee, so, like, I've never been a big fan of Stan Lee. I don't hate the guy, like, I know what he did, but I had this conversation with someone. It's just, when you think of the characters that are now, everyone's like, Stan Lee made it, but like he didn't write and or shape the characters to what they are now. That's what I mean, though. I feel like the man, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like production companies. Like Tim Burton is another guy I don't like about that. He just slaps his name on everything, and everyone's like, "That's a good Tim Burton film." but he just produced it, and like
Who
Leica
was the
made.
producer of Wall-E?
Hmm?
Who was the producer of the movie Wall-E?
Well, John Lasseter produced part of it.
Now, which is the company that made it?
Pixar.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
Fuck.
People don't care about smaller names.
But you know what I
when
mean,
it's
though.
more recognized.
But yeah, but that's the thing, though. Stan Lee didn't make my favorite runs of comic books. That's what I'm trying to say, though. Like, that's fine that like people aren't gonna get like, but they are in the credits. But it's the same thing with Tim Burton's fucking thing. Like, Tim Burton didn't make 9, but then I ended up following the director who did.
It's the problem of the people. The people
Right.
are the ones that are attributing everything to Stan Lee.
Right? No, I totally understand that. Like, I get that. Like,
They still have all the credits for
Yeah.
it and the copyrights.
I mean, again, like that
it's
is
sucky, but that's the way things are. When there's a bigger name, that's what people latch
which
onto.
is fine. That again, that's totally fine. But like, when I say shit like that, people get mad at me because they're like, "Well, I was like, but I'm making my point." It's the same thing as like why I don't think Joss Whedon is that good as everyone thinks he is because Joss Whedon wrote the movie of Buffy and then produced the Buffy TV show. All the good episodes that people like, Joss Whedon didn't write if you look at the credits and stuff like that. So like, I fucking hate that kind of shit just because like it's someone getting credit for things he didn't do. Like, Joss Whedon could get 100% credit for the Avengers and the Avengers 2 because he wrote that. But like, I don't know, it's just one of those things.
You can't get credit for Endgame.
Well, my thing is, it's like, okay, it's kind of like this stuff. Like, I would never want to just be like, Kian did all this cool shit. Like, I had help. Like, I would never be like, yeah, fuck you guys, it's just me. I'm pretty sure one of you would not allow it anyways.
I'm pretty sure it's more Eli
Yeah,
would take the
Eli-
physical approach. I'd be more vocal about it.
What? Like, Eli would kick my ass?
Fucking kill him.
Get
him out of here.
I wasn't gonna say that. You went that far. I didn't.
So if I die once we get famous, go back to episode 64, and you'll know it was Eli.
Hey, you're
Nah,
implicating
as long
him
as
for a
you-
crime.
As long as you give me money, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I
That's
get
what they did.
Yeah. I mean, I would care.
I'd care a little bit.
I like, honestly, again, it's just kind of
Depends
like,
how much money.
I don't like to put people in the shadows about stuff. Like, I just want
Regardless, we've talked about Stan Lee a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck you, guy outside. God.
Recent reports suggest Matt Reeves' standalone Batman movie could possibly start filming in November 2019. They're also trying to I'm pretty positive Ben Affleck is gone, and so they really want to replace him.
Keanu Reeves.
I don't want that.
I don't want that because I like Keanu Reeves.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. He's already John Wick. He's his own superhero. Like, fucking leave it at that.
Yeah, they're making it's a movie. I think third movie for that.
Yep,
Yeah.
John Wick 3. He's killing someone on a horse.
Oh.
And everybody loves it.
Yeah. And he has 2 dogs in this movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, there's 2 dogs in John Wick 3. But yeah, no, maybe this could be a good Batman movie, I guess. Why not?
Depends who they get for Batman.
I kind of have like a list of people I want. But
Please
it's not
don't.
going to happen. What?
Your lists are very dividing,
Yeah, I know.
and they usually end up with most people opposing you.
Yeah, I know. But then some people will be like, oh, that's actually an interesting choice. And I'm like, yeah. And I explained my choice. And I was like, you know what? When you say it, it actually kind of makes sense. Because I would want a Batman who is about the same age as both Jason Momoa and fucking Superman. Because I feel like they were all around that same age. That's how I picture them being.
Superman's a fucking alien. I don't care what age he is.
Yeah, no. But, like, you know what I mean,
He
though?
also
Like,
let his dad die for no
And
reason.
Aquaman's half a different race. So
Atlantean.
he can be whatever age he
that's
wants.
right.
to,
Nicole
you know?
Kidman did not age throughout that entire fucking movie. I think that was one of my biggest complaints. Is that, like, his mom doesn't age, but his dad
Oh.
fucking gained, like, 60 pounds. Like, for fucking real. They did the whole Captain America shaving thing, where they shaved off the weight from him, CGI-wise, and it, like, looks good for the most part, besides his hairline. You can tell it's fake because he's bald throughout the rest of the movie. But my god, they were like, we're gonna make you handsome and then make you look like a piece of shit. But Nicole Kidman's like, hey, You just have like torn Atlantean clothes now because you've been stuck in exile for like years. Your hair's kind of gray now, but like you're still young looking. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But like, honestly, like this sounds weird, but I kind of want Jensen Ackles, the guy from fucking Supernatural, to be Batman. Dean Winchester.
Yeah, see that.
I think
The guy with the long hair?
No, the short hair.
Shorter. The cool brother.
Because I feel like you can play that persona of Playboy Party guy Bruce Wayne really well, and then with the serious shit, he could like play it off.
Do that too.
Yeah.
I don't think he could do party guy. More of a straight-laced businessman.
No, he plays party guy really well. I don't know if you watched like all of Super.
I haven't seen an
Supernatural?
episode.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a
exactly.
single episode.
Yeah.
He's kind of.
He's the
already
comic
that.
relief guy in that.
I
He's the-
tried to watch episode 1 and I'm like, no, I can't.
Okay, so just a quick fact: there have been 2 episodes based in Iowa that
Yeah.
have just been shit ass and not even part of Iowa. There was Spencer University murder episode, which is not real, and then there was one in Ankeny, which is again not good. And their fucking main base is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it's a bumfuck hick town, and not a metropolis. That's how I fucking know they don't pay attention.
It's badass.
So Aquaman director James Wan is mad that the Academy didn't put Aquaman as the VFX shortlist for the Oscars. And I'm going to be real. Those effects were really, really bad in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard good things about them comparatively to other DC stuff.
Comparatively to other DC movies.
Which I personally didn't think was all that bad.
Oh, dude, I hated
But
Justice.
I did think, like, since I noticed it, it was probably kind of bad.
You know me, though. You know that fucking hour-long Justice League review we had, and I complained about how you could, like, because we were in 3D, you could just literally tell what was CGI'd in like, just regular base scenes, not even the creatures. Oh, it was annoying as shit. But no, like, I don't think it was as good as, like, because the list on it for superhero films are fucking Avengers, Avengers Infinity War, and Black Panther. And
Black Panthers wasn't good.
Black Panthers was meh compared to Infinity Wars, because I think Infinity Wars had some pretty solid CGI for what it was.
He didn't feel good, Mr. Stark.
I
He
wasn't
didn't feel good.
I wasn't even going to talk about that one, but
I know.
Batman, they're also adapting a new animated movie, The Long Halloween, and it's going to be a 2-part movie. This is the one where Two-Face becomes Two-Face.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one, because,
What about the one where he becomes Three-Face?
you know, if he became Three-Face, I'd be super excited about that, too.
Robot chicken sketch.
Is that
I mean,
really?
yeah.
And then
He
he
becomes
rolls a
Four-Face.
3-sided die.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, I think, 4-face. I don't think they get to 5.
I think 5 is hot chocolate or tomato soup. I can't remember.
Oh, no, it's straws, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he draws straws, that's right.
And then 6 is just like a regular dice.
I
know,
don't think they do 6, though. I think they stop when he, like, burns his face, and then it's end of the skit.
But
Yeah.
they do actually have a third persona for him that they did in the animated series. The Judge.
A third Sona.
No. A third
God
persona.
damn it.
Persona
Move on.
3.
You've ruined it all. Persona 3.
Persona 3.
He does have a gun, and he does put it over his head
Play
sometimes.
Two-Face in Persona 3. There you go.
Yeah, put him in the new Starry Dance Night movie. Okay, here's the last DC news, which kind of makes me upset, is that the Birds of Prey movie is supposed to be filming in April, which I'm okay with. What I'm not okay with is that they're like, well, this time Harley Quinn won't be overshadowed. I'm like, no, overshadow the shit out of her.
I mean, the movie.
Overshadowed.
Suicide Squad was 50% Will Smith, 45% Margot Robbie.
Yeah, that's
I know, that's why I was like,
overshadowed.
stop
like,
giving, like...
5% was the rest of the cast.
Yeah, and there's also, I didn't want to bring this up, but there's also a petition from fans to make Joker gay, and I'm like, why?
That's weird.
Seriously, why?
I'm not, okay, here, I am LGBTQ, I totally, like, I'm like, more power to you, but like, there's some characters, like Harley Quinn being a lesbian, with being bisexual and having a thing with Poison Ivy, that makes sense. The Joker just being gay to be gay, that does not make sense.
That's just.
I just don't get when people are like, well, we're making it into a movie. Let's change the character from what they used to be to fit an
comics Joker
agenda.
to be gay.
Oh.
Or, I don't know, it was just a petition. But, like, here's the only way. Here, okay, I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna play
let's be fair. Everybody thinks that Joker has a hard-on for Batman.
That's what I was gonna say. Here's the only way that it could work is, like, Joker literally has a sexual attraction towards Batman. I mean, they kind of played that off during the Flashpoint series, where Batman was Thomas Wayne and the Joker was fucking
His
Martha
mother.
Wayne. And, like, they're like, I still love you. I love you too, Martha.
That's not sexual tension, though. That's just, like, relationship dynamics.
I know, but you know what I mean, though? Like, that's what I'm trying to say is that, like, that could possibly be like, oh, see this? Like, because they kind of have, like, this link.
Mm.
So, in the celebration of the new film Glass, Universal and Alamo Draft Houses are teaming up to hold an M. Night Shyamalan screening event at your local Alamo Draft House. Our local Alamo Draft House is in Omaha.
Jesus.
Yes, 4 hours away. And
We're not going, are we?
Oh, God.
I'm not fucking going.
Fucking going.
Turns
I
out they
don't
just
like-
shatter some glass and play it on that.
Fuck Alamo Draft Houses.
Oh, well, you can, like, eat, like, you can order, like, this is why I don't like the Alamo Draft House. Like, you can order, like, real people food and eat it while watching the movie. And, like, every time I go, I hear someone go,
That's fair.
I'm like, fucking hey.
That sounds amazing, except for,
Yeah,
Other
someone
people.
ordered-
It'd be fine if it was just like you and friends.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
go there with
And there's
movies
other
that
people.
just
ordered,
suck.
yeah, like, go to Tomb Raider with, like, fucking hot dogs and shit.
Wait, which Tomb Raider?
We went to, Eli and I, the weather was also bad at the time, too, but Eli
Wasn't
and I...
that bad.
Yeah, no. Eli and I went to go see Tomb Raider, and there was no one in the theater. Zach and I went to go
It's
into the
fantastic.
Spider-Verse. There was no one in the theater for that one, which was weird.
Really?
There was like one person.
I think I was there for that.
Yeah.
No.
It was Gil. Ignored him. Didn't sit next to him.
Like, I was telling Eli, I was trying to get Jay to go to fucking Holmes and Watson with me in Spirit Lake because they did not have a showing here. Jay backed out.
Oh, Jay, why?
And I understood why. He's like, do I really want to waste my money on this? I'm like, I kind of do.
I don't.
Because
I
I'm
do.
fucking interested in it. Like, because I want to know how bad it really is.
Also, my favorite part of Tomb Raider was when they realized someone was in the theater and they had to, like, fucking walk in quick and turn off the lights.
Yeah, that was fucking right.
Turns out it gets so bad that when they release it on DVD, it immediately just goes to the $5 bin.
It was
Not
not
bad. I thought it was a decent movie.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, there's a lot
Alright.
of people. There's a lot of gaming podcasts that like watch it and they're like, it's
Okay,
not bad.
we're talking about different movies, consequently. I don't know which Tomb Raider you're talking about, but right
The
now I'm
newest one.
saying Holmes and Watson.
Oh!
Oh, that
Oh.
one maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the Holmes and Watson. Dude, Netflix doesn't even want to buy that up.
Yeah, I know.
That's how fucking, like, and that's how you know how shit
That's
a movie
how
is.
bad it is.
Is that, like, Netflix won't pick it up. Like, Netflix picks up everything.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so the reason
Really
why I
does.
looked at the event is they're playing all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies, and I fucking hate half of those movies.
But the other half, you're like, maybe.
I like The Sixth Sense, but you can only watch The Sixth Sense once, and then you watch it again, and it's like, oh, the fucking surprise is ruined for me.
I mean, Devil was a pretty bad movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but he just produced that one.
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that it was still a really bad
That's a
movie.
shit ass movie, yeah. They were supposed to make like an entire trilogy of that, and the next one was supposed to be about like a demon in a court in a fucking like.
Devil's Advocate stuff?
No, it was a demon in like the juror room, like trying to like make
Oh.
him not guilty when he was actually
Yeah.
guilty.
Like 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men, but like there's a demon. Ooh,
11 Angry Men and a demon.
ooh,
5 Angry Men and a baby.
God.
Nah.
So Predator writer Fred Decker is no fan of the movie's Predator killing super suit. No spoiler. If anyone really wanted to not be spoiled by Predator, you
They
can
try to
listen-
weaponize autism.
Yeah, you can listen to our audio review and our animated review of
Do
it.
you not?
Hmm?
It's the greatest weapon.
I don't think that's as bad. I don't think that ending was bad. Like, I feel like...
It was eventually what was going to come of it. We all knew it.
My God, that fucking entire movie was just bullshit. So it's just like tapping on the and we're gonna have a predator suit. How fucking like
Still curious as to why it had those dreads.
dreadlocks. So that suit had the Robo dreadlocks too with it.
Like, I mean, I get it if it was a
How
predator
else would it be a
wearing
predator?
it. I get it. It's a predator killer suit, though.
You need the dreadlocks so they
Yeah, I
won't
should have
respect
had like
you.
a mohawk instead, like the anti-dreadlock.
See, it wasn't the fact that the
Or a
bigger
mullet.
predator was bigger. It was the fact that his dreadlocks were bigger.
I
God.
see. It was so simple.
On the assumption that he had dreadlocks. I didn't see the movie.
He did, yeah. They all had. It's like my
I
thing
just
about like,
assumed.
that. My thing is that movie's fucking dumb, but it's good dumb.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie to
Yeah,
watch.
like, and I know what you're gonna
You
say.
don't expect
Still.
depth from it.
Yeah.
Kinda did.
Well, this is turning back
I
into a
kinda
better
did
review.
with the trailers.
Really? Because I didn't. They were all fucking like, that second trailer was like a Grindhouse film trailer. The funny man, this guy, and the leader. Like, yeah, this movie's gonna be dumb as shit.
And Keegan-Michael Key.
In one of the most depressing fucking ass scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
My God.
But he pulled it off really well.
Moving on.
Oh, so Danny DeVito and Aquafina are gonna be in the sequel to Jumanji.
For a second there, I thought you actually meant the water. I'm
Danny
like,
DeVito.
is he partnering with Aquafina?
No, the fucking Asian rapper.
Badass. So are they like doing the sequel
The
to
sequel.
be like a game still?
I don't know. It has The Rock in it, so I'm assuming yes.
So is Danny DeVito one of the characters that someone turns
Probably.
into? Because I'd fucking love that.
They're probably going to replace Jack Black with him. And Aquafina's, I don't know.
Probably gonna replace Karen Gillan, I guess.
Either that or
Kevin Hart, who knows?
Kevin Hart did make those jokes 8 years ago. He's probably not on any projects anymore.
Oh, see, you know, Ellen even came up. Ellen even was like, "Yo, dog, like I know Kevin Hart made like homophobic jokes, but like I've met him. He's a good guy. Like, don't be a dick." And that's 8 years ago.
Fucking with you.
I know, but that's the thing. We had this Tom Kid talking about James Gunn. That was 8 fucking years ago.
No, it's different with James
Fuck
Gunn.
off.
Damn it.
because he's white. It's
Yeah.
because he's white.
Because he's white. He's one to defend black people now, Eli.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
SJW.
Okay.
You fucking know it.
We're gonna go into some weird ass shit, and it's a Harry Potter thing, and it just came
Oh,
up
how
because
It's
wizards
always
poop.
weird.
how wizards poop.
They
didn't
just
have-
poop wherever because they didn't have bathrooms and they just make it disappear.
They used a teleportation. spell.
J.K. Rowling confirmed.
Like
Is
that's
it
why they
actually?
yeah, and J.K. Rowling
Legitimately.
confirmed why they have long robes is because when they shit, they don't want people to see you shit.
They did it right on the spot.
Y'all
and they
laughed
just
at
got rid
me.
of it.
Y'all laughed at me. I said she was fucking crazy and goddamn lunatic.
I didn't say anything.
Fucking is. God.
How does that validation feel, by the way?
Fucking so good, but I know it won't matter. There
That's
are
what
still
the public-
people out there who are just like, oh, this is a good piece of the law.
And then
How?
somebody makes
Fucking
it-
how? What does this add?
Somebody
This
puts
adds
it in-
nothing except... God.
That's fucking just amazing dumb bags to buy,
I
Arsenal.
guess. God damn.
Just because they decided to refuse the just convenience of Muggle plumbing. That's the way she put it.
Oh, well, I've often complained about their lack of technology, to which people are like, they don't need technology, they have magic. It's like, clearly they need technology because they moved up to the industrial era and then just stopped. I don't know why.
It is very dark.
Stopped
humor.
innovating.
Are you talking about the Fantastic Beasts?
Essentially, yeah.
No, I'm talking about like...
Because in Fantastic Beasts, they had like just lame ass shit.
Harry Potter,
in-
they still use trains.
In the Harry Potter movies, the fucking...
Steam
the
trains.
town.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was in 1990 though, so I kind of understand what. But that's the thing. A lot of people in England, they still use like railways and shit.
Well, yeah,
they
but I
they
mean,
have good
subways
public
are...
transportation, yeah.
I know, but like the book was written in like the book is set in 1990, and they didn't have like hardcore subways like that yet. Like
But those still
ones.
existed.
I know, but they still use those kind of like steam train kind of things for like longer trips. Like, I'm not trying to defend J.K. Rowling's lore. I'm just trying to give you an idea of like, this book was not like, they did not have fucking cell phones and Snapchat in Harry Potter.
Pretty sure they had phones by 1990. Just not very good.
Shitty
No, they had like
phones.
fucking brick Nokias that like Voldemort should have put his Horcrux in.
They'll never
True.
find one of these.
So, we talked about the Birdbox challenge, and we don't need that. So apparently Hellfest director wanted a sequel, but he's not gonna get it because it didn't perform well. Good, because I fucking think
That thing came out? I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was just
Hellfest.
like Hellfest is our movie equivalent to Overkill's The Walking Dead. Like, we talked about it. There was kind of an interesting concept. We didn't know what
An
it was.
interesting concept.
Well, there was a concept where it's like, wow, why isn't this happening? And then it came out, and
nobody knew anything.
nobody
about
knew about anything about it.
It was basically these kids go to an amusement park, and one of the chicks, because apparently they decided to write her as a very annoying character, just degrades a man that was just that she ran into,
This girl's like a huge bitch, and she's like, get out of the way, you fuck.
and she ran into him, and then he's a psycho killer by chance, and he just goes around murdering them at every attraction they go to.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that.
Bohemian Rhapsody will get the full extended Live Aid performance.
Solid.
I think it's the one that they filmed, though.
Solid.
That's still pretty cool, yeah. Eli, you need to watch Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a good movie. Zach saw it 6 times in theaters.
6?
Is it 6? He saw it a fucking...
I know he
He
did.
saw it a lot.
I thought his max was 3 or 4.
I can't remember. He saw it, like, because I went with him twice. Because that was one time me and Zach and I went together. And then I think Zach, Jay, and I went together. And then Zach went with Ty. God, he went a fucking, like, he was such the proprietor of how piece of a shit this movie was going to be.
And then
He
he's
fucking
talking
Not
What?
even that. He was like, I don't like Queen.
Yeah. And then he fucking like, oh man, this is a good movie. I'm like, ha! Not even in a bad way, like I'm calling it a piece of shit. I'm just like,
huh? You love it.
yeah,
Let's
I'm just
go.
like,
You
okay.
fucking fag.
Filmmaker and podcaster Kevin Smith says he's now begun a very... God, okay. Here's my thing. I hate creative people who just keep fucking... J.K. Rowling. Who keep mining their fucking creative properties. He's trying to reboot Jay and Silent Bob. And I'm just like, why? Stop fucking...
Wait, who?
I don't even.
Kevin Smith wants to...
I thought you said Kevin James. I was
No.
very confused for a minute.
I mean, he makes more sense because he's fat.
I don't mind when people add stuff that is actually good to the series.
I don't think this is...
But no, yeah, reboots and whatnot are usually like, your series has died. Why are you bringing it back?
He's just...
Money.
Unless it's something that sort of hit
It's-
its popularity after the fact. Like,
My-
I feel like Hellboy did that, but I don't know that to
Yeah,
be true.
that's my other thing. Like, I feel like people are giving this new Hellboy fucking shit, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm just like, God, man, if you rewatch those Hellboys were not good.
Everyone just remembers it's like, we had Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
but what else? And they're like,
Ron Perlman.
yeah, it's like we had Ron Perlman twice. Oh.
The monster designs are pretty good.
I mean, yeah, Guillermo del Toro does some fucking awesome
Top
designs.
notch.
But, like, his story, like, here's the thing. I think this is gonna sound super, like, weirdly racist, but it's not going to be. He makes awesome Spanish films in his, like, native language from Spain. They're really, really good. But then he tries to write English, like, American English dialogue, and it's just not good. Like, it doesn't sound as poetic as it does in his, like, foreign films.
Yeah, Hellboy is not something I'd ever want to describe as sounding poetic.
Yeah, that's my deal with that.
That's what I mean, though. I feel like he does...
You could have used that poeticness.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, Pacific Rim, like, he has some very awesome character designs, but, like, that dialogue is just shit.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Disney stands to save $9 million on their upcoming Pirates of the Caribbean reboot simply by choosing not to bring back Johnny Depp. No fucking shit.
Well, he didn't want to be in the last one.
I wouldn't want to be in the last one.
I didn't want to watch the last one. I saw that in theaters too.
Oh, so they're hardcore rebooting it.
Yeah, so, dude, that fucking
Just let it
last,
die.
That last one was so dumb, though. Why he's after Johnny Depp and the fucking fucking hate that movie.
I prefer Treasure Planet anyway. It
Uh,
was a better adaptation of it.
The first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean were really good. The
All I
fourth
needed
one,
was one
the
Treasure
fourth
Planet.
one, I liked, and thought it was better than the third one.
oh God, I hate it.
And the 5th one was one of the worst movies I have ever seen.
I hate all of them besides one.
Fuck you.
Still haven't seen any of them.
Fucking hate. I think 2 is the least of my hatred, but I still hated 2.
How did you not like the first one?
I liked 1, but like
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the 4 I
Okay,
hated,
that's fair.
I fucking
Yeah, okay.
I thought 2 was like my least hated, and then 5 is like just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like that movie was, but 3 and 4 are tied just because they're both fucking awful movies.
I feel like, I don't. You make a solid point. The more I remember the part with the mermaid and the priest in
They're
the
so
fourth one,
dumb.
that one's dumber. I think 3 is better now that I remember that was part. So
No, the 3 fucking makes flat Earth a thing.
By the
in a mystical fucking world,
God no.
and it doesn't even. They don't. You fall off the edge into a fucking like another existence. So it's kind of different.
I know. I'm just.
why don't they just explore that? That sounds way more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Also,
they.
Well, no, it's a. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen any of them.
It's Davy Jones' Locker. You
That's
have
the
to fall
thing.
off the
Like
edge of
that's the
earth.
thing. They have high world building. It's like really interesting world building, but they do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Like they'll like allude to something and then just never go back to it. Like if they would have just spent like the
They-
third movie in fucking Singapore, that'd be cool.
Then they do come back to some things, and so you end up with fucking Calypso.
Yeah, they fucking throw that. They throw shit in the water. So yeah. So
Any
Spawn-
questions?
what?
Any questions?
Oh, we're almost done.
Oh.
Not here. We got more video. People ask more video game questions than pop culture questions.
Yeah, that's because video games are cool.
Well, someone made that point. They're
Fortnite.
like, I like listening to your guys' opinions on like movies because like I don't really watch pop culture that much. I don't do like.
Neither do
And the
I.
video game people watch like play more video games, so they ask us more questions.
I feel like there's more room for questions, to be fair.
Yeah.
News is just that. It's news.
News very scarce too. Todd McFarlane wants to make a dark and ugly Spawn contrast to other superhero movies. Fucking hate when people say this shit because they said that about Venom.
That's
Look
what I
how
was,
that
that's what I
fucking
was
turned
thinking.
out.
That's why I was looking at you. I was like, he knows what that sounds like. See it.
And I like try. I was trying to hold my tongue.
I mean, honestly, if they made a Spawn film that was how the original Venom was supposed to be, I'd be fine with that.
That'd be fine with it, fine. But like, fuck, dude, every time. The only time that ever worked was with Blade. Dark edge.
And it only worked twice.
Only worked once. The second one is good for what it is, but it's not like steak sauce.
I mean, I still haven't seen Trinity.
God, Trinity is
'Cause
fucking
It's not on Netflix, I guess.
so stupid.
I want to watch it still.
Yeah. Okay, so viral tweets are showing the respect for Donald's military service.
Wait, what?
So Donald is like a legit like officer in the military, in
Donald.
the Navy. Donald Duck.
Duck. Okay, yeah.
So Twitter has been like tweeting, "Thank you for your service, Donald."
I mean, he was also working for the Nazis at one point.
What?
No, he disguised himself as a Nazi
Yep.
because America hired Disney to make propaganda.
Yeah, no, he was actually a Nazi.
What was he?
He worked in one of the Nazi factories.
Oh, okay, that's good, I guess. Yeah.
What?
Does everybody forget that? They had a legitimate short where he was working himself to
watch
death for the
Donald
Nazis.
Duck anyway, you fuck.
I mean,
It
I'm
was
pretty
like,
sure it
you
was
can
a war
have
film,
this
but-
stupid mouse and his stupid friends with Donald Duck, or I could have Bugs Bunny with Daffy Duck, who was better in every way.
True.
So the upcoming
Plus,
Rogue
you
One.
could actually understand.
So they're making a Rogue One prequel series with Cassian Andar's character, the guy from the Rogue One who had the fucking weird kind of Latin accent.
The guy who shot first.
Do you remember the beginning scene? He's the guy who kills the the
Informant.
stormtrooper spy, so he could hide of it, so he could like make sure he doesn't rat him out. He's the main guy.
Is he the? Oh. Okay. Jesus. Yeah.
The one who dies on the beach.
Oh.
Yeah, they're making a prequel
Oh.
series with him, and I'm actually really interested because that guy was like the most interesting part of Rogue One. That and Donnie Yen and his.
Oh Jesus
warrior
Christ!
monster.
I was getting that in the Last Jedi confused.
Oh no!
Christ. Well, there's like the one guy who rats them out to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Imperials.
yeah.
And is like, I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't do any of these
Yeah,
things.
and then Stranger Things is coming out on July 4th. So
That's the thing.
yeah.
Haven't
Yeah.
seen the first 2 seasons.
So apparently,
Nah,
also, there are scenes in Bandersnatch you will have to spend hours going through to unlock all of them.
Fuck you! I ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's what I
Apparently
said.
the writers don't even know how many.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
watched
so
my
dumb.
roommates do it once, and now I don't care.
Yeah, so that's been our podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Podbean. Listen to us on YouTube.
Ask video game questions.
Ask video game questions. Ask questions here at rmail@robro.com. That is MIAL dot. No, MAIL at robro.com. ROBR.
They're
.com.
never gonna get there.
Yeah, thanks guys for
not,
listening.
not anymore.